Hi, everyone. I'm Pete Wright with LexJet, and I am joined today by Moss Crawford. Moss is a senior product specialist with Epson, and he is an expert when it comes to all things with the Epson SureColor R5070. Moss, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you, Pete?
You know, I'm doing fantastic, and I'm excited to talk about this printer. First of all, let's just jump right in. Tell me kind of where this fits in the Epson lineup and what kind of ink technology we're talking about.
Yeah, we're really excited about this printer. So it's the R series. It's designed to print on a wide range of medias, giving you the ability to print on traditional media like canvas and vinyls, or less conventional like wallpaper and gift wrap. So it's well suited for indoor and outdoor applications.
So we're talking Resin Ink here, right?
Absolutely.
So when it comes to Resin Ink, how does that fit in when we look at like resin versus latex or eco-solvent or any of those?
Sure. So it's an aqueous ink, water-based carrier, right? Pigment and resin. So, and also ours is Green Guard certified. So the resin is the key here. The resin helps the pigment to bond to the surface of the media. So this allows the ink to stick to almost any type of media. It's also ready to go right after you print. So traditional solvents need about 24 hours to outgas before you can laminate or cut or do anything. The Epson Eco solvent only needs 6 hours in comparison. But yeah, as soon as you print, you're ready to go.
So from a production standpoint, if you really need to get something out quickly, this is ideal. I mean, you're not waiting for it to dry. You could just roll it right off and do whatever you need to do from a mounting standpoint, which just means you're up and running constantly.
Yes, that's it, right? So for a fast-paced production environment, this fits well.
So who is this a fit for? Are we talking schools? Are we talking startups? Are we talking, production type businesses that are looking to add to their fleet? Where is this a good fit?
Well, the R series fits into most shops, right? Large, small, and just everything in between, right? So whether you're looking to expand your equipment portfolio, or maybe you're a small shop and you're just looking to be able to take on anything that comes through the door, the R series is a great fit for that, right? It covers a wide range of applications. So you're just about able to sell to any customer and take on any job, right?
Okay, so you talked about applications, you brought it up, and you mentioned it a little bit earlier too. Let's talk about some of those applications for those people that are like, is this a good fit for me? You mentioned some things. So are we wall coverings, gallery wraps? Tell me some of the things that are kind of a really good fit and why it's a good fit for those applications.
Yeah. Well, it works on just about every type of media, just like we've been mentioning. Everything from traditional vinyls and canvases to wall covering. It'll print fine art. However, we do have the P series, and that's really where you want to print fine art. However, if you're doing multi-panel projects, right, one of the things that really stands out about the capability is that it has color consistency. So if you have multi-panel jobs, right, your color is going to match all through that job.
Yeah. Now, Epson is just known across the board with their machines for their color consistency. I think it's one of the kind of the trademark features of all of your machines. So how are you achieving that? What is it in these machines that gives you that trademark color?
Sure. So, a few different things, right? So, Epson, we manufacture our products, right? So, the inks, the print heads, the pumps, all those things. So, really, color consistency and reliability are born from those two things, right? So, having the engineers being able to come into a room and sit down and engineer everything from how the ink is manufactured and formulated to how it pumps through the system, how it gets through our print head, right? All of those things come into play.
Fantastic. So what's the learning curve for somebody that, maybe they either know nothing about printing at all or they know a little bit about printing from other machines and this is a brand new device for them? What's going to be their learning curve for learning this machine and being up to speed and printing pretty quickly?
Sure. Well, it's simple and easy to use. And I think this is something that's also common to all of Epson's printers, right? Because we really focus on the user experience. And whether you're a novice printer or you're the most experienced printer in the world, we make things nice and easy for you, right? So we have a large LCD touchscreen, right? Several of the features like maintenance are automated. There's presets so you can switch from one media to the next, just super easy.
Now, I think one of the things that a lot of people ask is, okay, I've got other Epson machines, I've got other Epson technology. How's this going to fit into my fleet? And if I'm already using the Epson software, am I going to be able to use the same software to run this, or am I going to have something different?
hmm
So how do they fit this into the fleet that they already have?
Sure. So if you already have Epson equipment, right, you may be using Epson Edge or Onyx, let's say. There are drivers that are written by Onyx and other RIP software companies. So easy to find that and easy to use and just drops right into your environment, and especially if you're using Epson Edge, even easier, right, to get it into that environment. It's great as a standalone unit. So again, if you're a small shop and you just want versatility to be able to take on anything coming through the door, right? It's a great fit for that. If you have other Epson equipment, well, you know what? I think you probably have one of the greatest shops in the world, right? It just complements all our eco-solvent equipment and our UV equipment as well. So it fits really well within that environment.
Now, one of the things that I really love about you guys is that you're very environmentally conscious. So talk to me about some of the things that you guys work into this machine to make it eco-friendly.
Sure. Well, sustainability and the environment are very important initiatives to Epson, right? So we manufacture all of our product as environmentally friendly and as sustainable as possible. The R series uses an aqueous water-based ink, right? So no harsh chemicals are needed for cleaning or anything like that. Additionally, we look at the plastics that are used, the amount of metals that are used to build the printer and the chassis, right? And we use as much recycled material as possible, given the current technology in those areas, right?
So from a cost efficiency standpoint, if they're looking at this machine versus some other technology they have, are they going to see that this is pretty cost efficient from a usage standpoint?
Oh, definitely. I think, it's extremely efficient. Like I said, we've automated a lot of the features, so you really don't have to take that extra time to go over and push a button or recalibrate or really that hands-on time has been taken away, right? And we've automated those processes.
So if you're a shop that's already running EcoSolvent or latex and you're adding this in or even replacing those with this, what's one of those things that you're going to notice right off the bat that's going to make you appreciate that switch?
I would say don't get rid of the EcoSolvent printer. It's an Epson product, so we'd like you to keep that. However, if you're thinking of expanding your capability in your business by adding an R series, having both EcoSolvent and an R series resin will allow you to take on just about any job or application coming through your door. What you will appreciate is the ability to print on just about any media and the color consistency, especially if you're printing multi-panel jobs, right? There's nothing more disappointing than printing, let's say, a 9-panel job and it not looking quite right. Nobody wants to have to go back to the drawing board and reprint.
So whether you're doing wall coverings, signage, gallery wraps, or decals, and you want color consistency that's ready to go right off of the printer, this is the right machine for you, right?
It is. It is. Not to mention image quality, right? That's when people think of Epson, it's reliability, color consistency, and image quality, right? Those are the things that we live on.
Fantastic. Moss, thanks for joining me today. Always great information from you. Always great to share this with anybody that's considering any of the Epson devices, and in this case, the Epson SureColor R5070. If you're thinking about buying an Epson Resin R5070 and you want more information, reach out to us at 1-800-4LEXJET. And for all of your printer and supply needs, check us out at lexjet.com.